Hello everyone, and welcome to another video that I am making today of a walk around and short drive of a 1973 Chevy Corvette Convertible. This is a factory 454 car, automatic car, factory hardtop car, automatic, numbers matching engine. I believe, I'm 95% certain it is the numbers matching automatic. I just don't remember off the top of my head. I have to get it back up on a lift and look, or see if I took a picture of it online. But I know it is the numbers matching engine. This is factory correct color combination, white on black leather interior. Overall condition is good driver's quality. The paint that you see on this car was painted prior to 1989. Somebody at some point in its earlier history had changed the car to a red color. And there's some evidence, especially when you open the door. Really, there's some red paint on the old trim tag, but the trim tag does decode as factory black leather interior. It's got the inserts. The doors are still nice, they're not cracked out there. Leather seats are older, they've been redone at least once, but nothing recent. The headliner panel on the hardtop is in good shape. I don't know. So this is the owner that owned this the longest amount of time. Car showing, I don't know if the GoPro gets it. I could use it. Well, there's less light with the hardtop. It says 23,500, so it's probably 123,000 miles. The soft top is back under the seat. I think somebody put carpet kit in it when they did the seats a long time ago. This car is also equipped with the factory rear defrost for the soft top, and the switch would have been right here, but it looks like it's missing the switch down there. That's where it would have been. And pop the hood. Does have the luggage rack on it. 15-inch, 15 by 8 Chevy rally wheels. I don't know if it gets any lighter in here. I know it's because the background is light and the inside is dark. The little red tint you get is from the red of the neon. It reflects off it like in the door jamb there. Overall, center console's in nice shape. Power windows work. AC car, tilt telly car. So it really had a lot of options other than the automatic transmission, which some would prefer it. 1973, the 454 LS4. The engine decodes as an LS4 73, the numbers matching on it, Tonawanda plant. The AC is still hooked up. The AC compressor does engage and disengage. It does not really blow cold. And it's a little bit noisy. I don't know if it needs some coolant or what. It does have an aftermarket Edelbrock aluminum intake on it, which I think sits up a little bit taller, so they're running a different air cleaner. Does not have the shroud for the cowl induction. And then only other thing, so the motor was rebuilt about, well, less than 10,000 miles ago, but it was built back in 92, 93. And they put a bunch of these, they redid all the vacuum lines, but they made them all these braided lines. I have not seen any evidence from looking at this car that it's been in an accident. I'm not an expert on that, but I don't see where anything had been patched in the fiberglass from what I've looked underneath it and looked up in the wheel wells and everything. Again, you got braided hoses which was kind of in the early 90s. A lot of people did that. This was part of the alarm system. Somebody's cranked it down. It does have, or did have, a dealer installed or factory installed alarm, whatever they did with the key back here. Underneath it is a little dirty, but all pretty much original. There's a lock for the spare tire. I haven't seen any rust or anything in the bird cage. It is missing one of the little bullets on the back of the skid plate. But that's a little walk around. Paint overall is in good shape. Really the worst part is we got this cracking. It almost was like there was a tool or there was something and somebody tried to close the nose one, or the hood once, onto the nose, and that fiberglass kind of cracked out right there. Typical little light cracking on the very front of the nose because it's rubber, and that's very typical. The rest is just older, could use a little light buff and polish, and it would probably come back. When I did have this car and I sold it before, and that gentleman was the guy that rebuilt the motor I sold it for, and he owned it since '89. He never put the hardtop on it. The current owner that I'm selling it for now, which is the guy I sold it to, put the hardtop on it, and I like the way it looks. I don't mind the hardtop on it. Summer's coming to an end. Also, one reason you do that is it's easier to store. The car does have a new, never assembled, the rack that, or cart that holds the hardtop. So what I'm gonna do is fire it up, pull it out, and I'll take you for a spin. Like I say, it's a fairly low production car. They only made, should get the black book out. Let me go get the black book. Let's run down here past the cars. If you look at the cars and not me, they're better to look at. I was looking at the black book here. Genuine Corvette black book production numbers for 1973. So total productions were about 30,400 units, give or take a few. 4,943 convertibles. And then if you go down to the 454 engine, they made 4,412. I take the 4,412 as a percentage of all cars, and then I apply that percentage to the convertible, and I think that means around 700 and so convertible 454s were built based off my math. And then a lot of cars had AC. What was the other thing? There's a thing in here for the top. Auxiliary hardtop for the Roadster. Only 1,328 were produced. So, you know, that's about a third of the convertibles, roughly, had matching hardtops. So then you take about a third of the 454 convertibles, I'm guessing. If that's accurate, I don't know. It's just an estimate because you can't get an estimate number. So then it could be one of 300 and something optioned with the hardtop and the 454. They can break down, but all the other numbers really after that don't really mean anything, because it's not like it's really uber rare, but it is very less common to find matching hardtop convertible car. So I'll pull it out, I'll mount the camera, and then we will take it for a spin around the block. Welcome back to the drive again. 1973 Corvette. The windows cracked a and keep it a little quieter. So 1973 454 Corvette Convertible with the optional hardtop, automatic. I said in the walk around, like I say, gauges appear to be working pretty accurate other than the clock. The radio does turn on, but we don't have copyright to do all that. We are taking for a cruise around the block. This car, like I said in the video, I've owned this before. How's my keys rolling around? Pay attention and drive all over the road. The horn currently is not working on it. The tilt telescope does work. Tilt part. Car shifts nice and crisp. Have wider tires. If I was just did a video on the Mustang, this Corvette kind of grabs the ruts in the road a little bit more than the Mustang did with its skinny tires. These are 245 60s, I believe, all the way around, 60 15s. There might be 235s. We get 235s, 245s. I'll get the gentleman on the bicycle. A lot more rattling going on, especially back there, because you guys are mounted to the hard top. I did the mount over the back window and shoot it forward. So it is more rattly. Also, these roads, like I say, all the videos are bouncy and bumpy. Chasing the wheel a bunch. I mean, it's kind of bouncing all over, but I'm not fighting the steering. It's pretty, it'll hold true. Before is the 454 pulls good. I'm not hearing any noises. It sounds good. That's not. Notice that till just now. I don't think it has a clutch fan on it. I think it has a flex fan on it. It also has an electric fan up there under the radiator shroud. Fan noise. I'd probably put a flex fan or a clutch fan back on it. But really, it's an overall driver quality car. It's nice interior. It's comfortable to drive. Most things work. I do have what comes with the car is a 70s radio. It will fit in the factory hole if you don't want to use the aftermarket unit. Car cover, a nice custom fitted car cover for the car. Brakes work good, stops good. Water temperature's up to about 180. Fuel tank moves around when you brake and go around corners, so that's probably pretty accurate. Even what I had before, I thought all that stuff was pretty accurate and working. Trying to figure out if there's anything else. Hear that fan noise. That. I don't think it's the original clutch fan. When the RPMs come up, you can hear more fan noise. Other than that, though, it's really a nice, decent 73 Corvette. It's actually one of the better driving ones I've driven. I've driven some that are like, meaning the shocks and stuff are still good. I've driven some that just bounce you around because they need shocks replaced. Like I said, the brakes have been replaced in the last year, so they're nice. Well, you don't get a lot of information about these little drives. I just try and show you that I'm not really fighting the wheel, the brakes aren't pulling, any of that stuff. Probably could have went, but I thought maybe that guy was going a little faster. It's going really slow, actually. He's just cruising. Yeah. It's not a bad 73 Corvette. It is a rare one, being a 454 big block car with hard top. Just a 454 convertible is pretty hard, a lot harder to find than a small block convertible. So you can look up the production numbers online. You can decode all that other stuff, like I told you about. And that's it for the video. Hope you liked it, enjoyed it. You don't have to like it, and you don't have to subscribe. You can do whatever, like I say. It's your life. Have a good rest of your day.